Hello, fabulous superstar Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of May 2025. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. Consultations are now available with me or Andy of Wise As Astrology over on my website, nadiyashah.com/consultations, links below. We start the month with interesting phenomenon. Two different planets, Mars on the 2nd or 3rd of the month, depending on where you are on the planet, will leave shadow. And what that means is the larger Mars retrograde season that we've been in, going all the way back to October. That is when Mars first stepped into shadow, went retro in December, went direct in February. Well, now, after Mars has walked over the same part of the zodiac for the third and final time, Mars will be done. Now walking on brand new territory. And this is energy of looking forward, not looking back, fresh starts, new beginnings, and new things to get you excited, to focus your very powerful life force towards. It is Mars that is going to leave shadow in a part of the sky for you that has to do with truth, transformation, regeneration, and wealth. This tends to represent a time when you're working hard towards where it is you're wanting meaningful change, or just asking yourself some deeper, more profound questions as to what it is to be authentically you. You might be aiming for aligning with power as you understand it and as is meaningful to you. But this might also be a time when you're paying attention to things like your debts, your credit cards, loans that you have. Maybe you're trying to secure a loan or benefits you qualify for, or you're just trying to do your part to get a sense of your debts, feeling as if they've been addressed or handled in some way. Regardless, this is representing a period of time that's going to take you right to the middle of June. So not that much longer. Sometimes it can make it feel like some of these matters are especially pressing, but this energy is just there temporarily. And remember, when we have strong financial energy like this, it means that the money you need is there. You may be engaging spiritual lessons as part of aligning with it, but also know that most Capricorns will not experience this energy financially at all. It's going to be personal and profound. It is the following day that Pluto goes retro. Pluto will go retro in a financial part of your sky as well, but it's different. It has to do with money you earn, money you spend. Outside of money, it has to do with self-love and self-esteem. Pluto goes direct for 5 months every year, and now here we are. We're starting this retrograde season, and it is Pluto, when Pluto goes retro, that its energies become more reflective. They turn inward, more self-focused. And so this becomes about you examining within yourself how you are going to define prosperity for you. What is your unique definition of abundance? How do you define it, but also how it is that you align with it? How do you celebrate it? That becomes part of the consideration. What are you willing to do for money? What are you not willing to do for money? Where is it that you're ready for change to occur so that you're aligning your finances with what feels like authenticity, whether that's how you're earning it or how you're spending it? It's about understanding what really matters and giving your energy to that. It is a time of exploration, and you'll find answers uniquely your own. Now, navigating forward, it is on the 12th of the month that we have this month's full moon, and this full moon takes place in a friendship part of your sky. And let me tell you, your friends are a surprise a minute, if not a shock a minute, because Uranus is opposite this full moon, which tells me that out of nowhere, people are likely to behave in ways that feel downright unexpected. In a few particularly dramatic instances, it might feel like one of these people leaves very quickly with a lot of fanfare or a lot of drama. And so a friend and you might decide you're going separate ways. You could run into a friend or someone you used to be connected with through a group endeavor, and that may take you very much by surprise. The experience looks to be a little mixed, but again, this is an energy of extremes. It's either very surprising or very shocking. This could also be changes within a group dynamic, perhaps a professional group dynamic that might have you scrambling for a moment before you find your bearings and figure out the next best steps for you. Likely, someone in the group is leaving, is exiting, and then who's going to fill that space is part of the consideration now. But here's the thing, 5 days later, we are going to have what some astrologers call the most shocking day of the year or the most surprising day of the year. Again, it's an energy of extremes, but this time it's the sun meeting Uranus in the sky. These two getting together in a heart-oriented part of the sky for you, having to do with what you want in your heart of hearts in every area of life. Well, that's what's lit up here for you now. And just when you think you knew what it was you really wanted, it all could just turn on its head very quickly. Now, this is a part of the sky that has to do with the random luck and windfalls, but you don't want to court this energy consciously. If that is to be, it'll just show up. And remember, if you get a chance to place a bet, you just want to make sure that you are not betting the farm, as they say, right? You want to make sure you're in an energy of abundance. You're doing something genuinely fun for you. That's when the chance is there for you to make gains. Outside of that, though, a surprise chance to have fun, a surprise chance for you to share your creativity in a way you didn't expect, to align with a greater sense of creative fulfillment, to have something come forward creatively that you feel really represents some truth of you. Your fertility taking you by surprise, if not shock. These are some possible scenarios that can find you now. Going forward, on the 25th of the month, we are going to have Saturn changing signs. Saturn is going to dip into a part of the sky for you that has to do with the home, the past, your living situation, your family of origin. And Saturn's going to be here into October, at which time Saturn will retrograde out of the foundation of your chart and then return again in February for a longer stay. Overall, we're looking at a cycle of about 3 years altogether. And so now here we are, you're getting that first taste of this energy. It's been over 2 decades since the last time we had Saturn in this part of your sky. And it is Saturn here that is speaking to your understanding of your rootedness, perhaps a desire to be more present for your family of origin, to be home more might be possible. And if it is that you have a home-based business or you work with homes, well, you might be deciding that you're going to dedicate yourself towards its success by giving it the time that it needs, or you might be cutting your losses in some way now. Getting more serious and stable as to your living situation might be part of the inspiration that finds you as well. Pace yourself and be yourself. You know I like to say that, but it is at a time like this that your roots are set to be reconfigured. I will have a lot more to say in a Saturn special horoscope later this month, so be on the lookout for that. Where it comes to matters of love, mid-month, Venus leaves shadow. So Venus as well is in brand new territory on a brand new pathway. And Venus has been moving through the foundation of your chart, spending part of the retrograde season here. And the retrograde season started all the way back in late January. That's how long the Venus retrograde season has been taking place. Well, now here we are. Love and the past are intimately tied, but the reflecting that you've had to do, the double, triple take, understanding with that much more depth, all of that more strenuous work will be done for now. And yet it is about what's familiar in love that's going to continue to call you. For those of you open to meeting someone new, love in the past being connected means you connecting with new people. Well, that just might awaken old patterns for you, or something about them might be very much like people you were connected with in the past. I want you to consider this as well. We're going to have the most surprising day of the year, the most shocking day of the year on the 17th in a part of the sky that, in addition to what I mentioned, has to do with romance, flirtation, and what love is for you. And you will likely find yourself in a flirtation mid-month that just takes you aback, takes you by surprise. It'll either be a shock or an absolute delight that accelerates quick. For those of you just starting to date someone, well, It is going to be mid-month with that most surprising day of the year energy. It could represent a make or break moment for you. Now, ultimately, considering that right around the same time, we have Venus leaving shadow, how comfortable do you feel with this person? That's going to be a deciding factor. If you feel genuinely comfortable with them, well, this could be when you set up house in a way that surprises you. But if you don't, if that isn't the case, this could be where very quickly someone else comes along, or you just decide to make a change, go another way. And for those of you in an established bond, well, the overwhelming majority are going to find this a time of home being where the heart is, creating a sanctuary, spending lots of time alone, feeling that much more deeply in love and deeply connected. There is going to be that small percent. If you felt you might not be in the right relationship for you, there could be a flirtation that takes place mid-month that ends up making you aware that you have options available to you in the context of love. It could be totally innocent. Nothing happens with that person, and that would be totally okay. It's about you having a moment of clarity as to what it is you want to do next. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It's a powerful and meaningful astrological moment. I'm going to say, well, I think, look, the sun meeting Uranus is erratic. It is considered the most shocking day of the year for a reason, but it's also possibly the most surprising. It's an energy of extremes. But for you, it's happening in a part of the sky that has to do with luck and windfalls. And if anybody out there is just going to find themselves out of nowhere in the midst of some real dumb, random luck, it certainly could be you. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership rate over at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com, where you get expanded exclusive video scopes for each and every sign. Higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com, links below. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.